Hello everyone, welcome to online class of science. In this class we are going to start our new chapter which is physical change and chemical change. Let's get start our chapter. First one is what we will learn in this chapter. First one, introduction, physical change, property of physical change, chemical change, properties of chemical change, rusting of iron, methods to prevent rusting, and last topic is crystallization. These all topics we will learn in this chapter. As you know very well, in our surrounding, and if you see, many changes are going on. For example, dissolving sugar in water, burning of fuels, burning of coals or woods, setting of curd. These all are changes which we will see in our day-to-day life. In all these reactions, the starting material is undergo changes to either give new product or remain in its changed position. First of all, we will learn about what is change. Any alteration of a substance from its original shape, size, and state is called as change. But the changes occurring around us can sometimes be reversed or sometimes cannot. It means what? If you see any change, it should be reversed or irreversible. Reversible or irreversible. Those changes which can be reversed is termed as reversible change, like rolling of roti or chapati, melting of ice and melting of wax. These all are a reversible change, and those change which cannot reverse is called as irreversible change. For example, cooking of food, baking of cake and baking of chapati, tearing page. These all are the examples of reversible change. The changes can be again classified into two types, namely physical change and chemical change. In fact, with the passage of time, our body is growing and we are becoming taller. This is also a change. Our body is undergo changes. As you see in this figure, in this slide, many figures are there. The burning of wood, cooking of food, dissolving sugar in water, and rubbing rubber band. These all are showing changes. Now, first of all, we discuss about physical changes. Physical change occurs when a substance changes but no new substances form. It means physical change occurs only state, size, shape and color of substance change. The properties such as state, size, shape, color of a substance is called as a physical property. As you know, in physical change, state is change. It means what? Melting, evaporation, freezing, condensation, or a crushing of any substance like ground and cut it into small pieces, crushing and cutting. These all are considered as a physical change because we are only changing the shape and size and color, not its chemical property. Only physical property we are changing. Now in this slide we are going to study about the examples of physical change. The melting of ice is the best example of physical change. Then tearing of paper into small pieces. See, we are not just change the paper chemically. Only what we do only cut it into small pieces. Paper remains paper. Blowing of balloon is also a physical change. See, in this one diagram you see the hammering of metal to form a sheet is also a physical change. Melting of butter is also a physical change. And making a juice from fruit is also a physical change. Drying of a wet cloth is also a physical change. What happens in a drying? The water evaporate from a wet clothes and water vapor changes back into a water for cooling. Now we will discuss about properties of physical change. First of all, physical change is a temporary and can reversible. It means we can reverse easily. No new substance are formed during physical change. Heat may be given out or absorbed in physical change. No alteration in mass take place during physical change. Now move to the chemical change. A chemical change or a chemical reaction occur whenever a new substance forms. Evidence that the new substances form are how you know the new substances form. There is a few evidence for that. A change in a color, a gas given off, a new solid forms, a change in temperature are the new substance which form during chemical reactions. When any chemical reaction going on, these changes are take place, so we can know that the chemical reaction is going on. Now the examples of chemical change like burning of wood, metal, fire worker explosion and egg cooks, paper burning. These are the examples of chemical change. Or one more example is there, rusting of iron is also a chemical change. Burning of paper is also a chemical change, because when we burn paper it converted into a black colored substance. We cannot reverse back into a white paper. That's why it is a chemical change or irreversible. Ripening of fruits is also a chemical change. Curdling of milk is also a chemical change. Churning of sugar means when we melt sugar and giving heat continuously, after some time the sugar is converted into a black colored substance. It means we cannot obtain sugar back like white. That's why it is a chemical change. Now discuss about the properties of chemical change. New substance with new properties are formed during chemical change. Chemical change cannot be reversed to get the original substance. Chemical change are accomplished with changes in energy in the form of heat, light or sound. A change in a weight occurs during the chemical change. In chemical change, weight may change. Now move to the rusting of iron topic. Rusting of iron. Have you ever noticed an old waste iron object? Maybe you observe that reddish or yellowish brown coating form on their surface. This is because of iron object has corroded under the action of air and moisture. Because of rusting. And rusting is a chemical change which cannot be reversed. As you see in this figure, this iron chain left in a moisture and got rusted. Now what is rusting? When the iron comes in contact with oxygen and water, reacts and form a red colored substance over it. It is called rust. It means that reddish brown chemical compound is called as iron oxide, which is also known as rust. If chemically we can write as Fe is a iron and oxygen and this is a water, and when these all three react to form Fe2O3.H2O, and this is the chemical form of rust. In here also I am showing with one diagram. This is the iron. When this iron is react with oxygen, because oxygen is present in air, then afterwards in air moisture is content is there, then all these are react, and see this iron get a reddish brown covering. This is what it is rusting. Now how we will prevent the iron from rusting? First method is galvanization. Method to protect steel and iron articles from rusting by coating them with a thin layer of zinc. In this method, what we do, we will coat that iron and steel articles or materials with a zinc layer, a thin layer of zinc. With the help of this thin layer of zinc, we will coat the iron and steel articles. So this is a galvanization method. Now coating and painting. This is very usual you see in your houses. Next one is coating and painting. Iron surface is often painted with a coating of varnish or paint to isolate it from environment. Window grills, body of automobiles, iron bridges and rails are painted regularly to protect them from rusting. Next one method is alloying. A homogeneous mixture of two or more metal or a metal and non-metal to change the properties of pure state metals and protect them from rust. Alloy is what? When two or more metals or one metal and another one is non-metal. The mixture is homogeneous, mixed together to form alloy, and this alloy used to protect the articles from rust. Like iron is usually used widely for different purposes, but it is never used in a pure state. It is due to the fact that the pure iron is very soft and scratched in a hot state. But mixing with a small amount of carbon makes it strong and tough. Mixing nickel and chromium with iron gives stainless steel, which is hard and does not rust. It means in your house, in our kitchens, you see the utensils. Okay, these all our utensils are made up of stainless steels, and this stainless steel is what? Alloy. It means it is a mixture of two metals. One is nickel and another one is chromium. See in this slide, I am showing you some musical instruments made of brass and bronze statues. Brass and bronze are also a alloy. Now move to the next topic, which is crystallization. The process of separating a pure substance in the form of crystals from its hot saturated solution by cooling is called as crystallization. Crystallization is a physical change. Crystals of salt are obtained by evaporation of seawater, as you already studied in 6th standard how we obtain salt. By the process of evaporation from the seawater we obtain salt. Similarly, crystals of copper sulfate can be obtained by adding copper sulfate powder to the boiling solution of water and dilute sulfuric acid. This mixture, when filtered and allowed to cool, crystals of copper sulfate obtained. It means what? If you take a copper sulfate solution and one beaker in which you boil the water and place that copper sulfate solution in a china dish above the beaker and mix dilute sulfuric acid is H2SO4. Then after some time, when you remove heat and cool down for a 24 hours or 1 day or 2 day, okay, then after cooling you obtain a crystals of copper sulfate which is blue in color. Like this you obtain the crystals. Thank you.